Yo, Cowboys fans. Hey, NFC EAST champs, baby. Now, what would a Cowboys game be if Dak Prescott didn't stress you out, if Scott Linehan didn't piss you off, if, the Cowboys didn't do stupid things like a misdirection play to Amari Cooper in the goal line when you have the best running back in football. Nonetheless, the Cowboys, they managed to play down, especially offensively, to the competition and still pretty much kept the game under control. The Bucks did what they do. All right. They rack up a bunch of yards, but they didn't finish the game, and ultimately the Cowboys did. Now, got a bunch of notes that I wrote down. Y'all already know I watched the game. I like to write things down. But I just want to take some time before I even get to the game just to think about this team really went from 3-5 to NFC East champs. Now, I know that the story's not over because you get in here, you lose game one of the playoffs. What was this season worth? And there are times when I'm watching this game, I'm like, yo, this Cowboys team is just really irritating me. Dak's holding the ball. I think of that drive right before the end of the half. Again, Dak, clock. It's just like I sound like a broken clock saying the same things over and over again. Dak, get rid of the ball. Dak, get rid of the ball. You're holding the ball too long. And then you start the the second half, Dak's doing the same things. But at this point, he is who he is. He's a third-year player, so I'm not going to, harp on Dak's inconsistencies too much more. We just got to go out and find a way to claw and win 3 more games. Like, straight up. If you think about it, it's a 3-game season right now. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who comes on this video hating. The fact is, you in the tournament. Anything can happen when you're in the tournament. Last year, the Cowboys weren't in the tournament. This year, we are in the tournament. Whatever you want to say about Dak, and I come at Dak hard, he wins. So he'll have to develop over the years. But right now, I'm going to live in this moment. I'm not looking towards the draft. I'm not looking towards this and that. I'm excited for the playoffs. I don't know about anybody else. I'm excited for the playoffs. I'm going to do some scenarios, all sorts of stuff. But to kind of talk about the game, I'm not going to harp on the negative. I want to talk about some positives, all right? There was a bunch of negative. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I was a little irritated with this team as a whole. But I will say Jalen Smith, Leighton, and Randy Gregory played well. I know Randy had a few bogus penalties, as the whole team had some really goofy penalties throughout. But I just like the way Randy Gregory rushes off the edge. And I think that, that's something that we're going to need in the playoffs because defense travels. Leighton had 15 tackles. He played amazing. Jalen Smith obviously had the touchdown. And Jalen Smith, he's a thumper. He is trying to finish players. And this Bucks team, they can throw the ball. They threw the ball well on the Saints. They threw the ball well. Remember they had 400 passing yards on the Skins. Skins had they have a decent defensive front. Their secondary isn't great, but they're actually eliminated, which is great for me living in the D.C. area. I get to wear this hoodie loud and proud and just watch Skins fans make a bunch of excuses like they're going to. But, you want to see Amari Cooper get involved more, but you know that he's gonna stay patient. He was getting a lot of bracket coverages, and in the playoffs, you're gonna want to see somebody else step up. It was good to see that Mike Gallup and Dak connected, or Dak and Mike Gallup, connected on that touchdown, that kind of fade, or I don't know, it looked like the corner just lost him. But either way, just that confidence. Anything that you can build on, going into the playoffs, that's what you want to build on. And it was good to see that they were able to do that. Now, I'm not ready to say that this team is complete because we know their struggles. Red zone. Byron Jones has been kind of wishy-washy a little bit. Jordan Lewis played a lot more today. Anthony Brown was out, and he played okay at times. Came up, tackled really well. So there are holes, right? Losing Tyrone Crawford is huge, all right? Don't think for a second that losing that veteran presence, you're going to need to know what's going on with him. And I still think that, if Sean Lee gets a chance to play in the playoffs, you need him. But for right now, let's live in this moment. And the moment is you were 3-5 at a point. Now you're NFC East champions. Pat, the players, they deserve it. It was a sloppy game. But I think people had to remember that the Bucs are pros too. You didn't score any points last week against Indy. You come back, you win the game. I'm sure Zeke wanted more. I'm sure Dak knew he could play better. But again, this game isn't about individual stats. It's about wins and losses. And the Cowboys did just that. They won the NFC East. They're 9-6 right now. Got to go to the Giants, so we'll see how that ends up panning out. But my early thoughts is that I would probably play Zeke for 2 quarters, keep him fresh. But I'm so glad we don't have a first-round bye. I'm so glad that we're playing a home game. So let's see. Cowboys fans who are going to be at that stadium, you guys got to turn up. I may try to do something and prayerfully get down to Dallas, but, that's going to take – it's going to be a miracle. So anyway, Cowboys fans, we just won the NFC East. Be happy. Be happy!